Nicely to my next subject, pumpkins. Hit the headlines a few years ago with that story about Cinderella's coach, but in the Oxfordshire village of Bampton they've become a symbol of masculinity. Judgment Day is in October, but the race is on now.
Well, mine didn't start materialising until August.
Really?
Yes, and by the time it came, well, it came for the weigh-in, it wasn't as big as an egg.
I religiously, every day, I had a tape measure and measured mine, you know, and he got to about 60 inches round, and that was the end of that.
The noble pumpkin, fat, full of water, and pretty tasteless. But you can't deny it pulls them in. Silly hats? Yes, we'll have those. This, you see, is Bampton, and the man or woman with the biggest pumpkin is a folk hero. For 12 months, anyway. It was too chilly to plant seeds outdoors, but this was the time to dish them out to all and sundry. Back in 1969, there were 3 contestants. Now it's 300.
Did you grow pumpkin plants?
No, not last year I didn't. The year before I did.
Oh, we've got a good batch of seed this time, it'll be all right.
Yeah, hopefully. Have a good try this time.
He's come very close to winning, but he hasn't won yet. Lots of thirds. One year the slug got it. Every month I said, how's your pumpkin going? He said, Dick, he said, that big. Then the next time I said, that big. On the day of the weigh-in, I said, where's your pumpkin? He said, oh, the slug got it.
They do, you know. Well, then came the introduction for the new president, Dora Thompson, and what a rapturous applause she got. Now then, Dora's a dab hand at peonies and wisteria, but pumpkins, good gracious, she'll plonk them in the compost and hope for the best.
That's right. I've grown all sorts of other things of this kind, but never actually a pumpkin. I'll tell you a secret, I don't really like them very much.
No, nor do I.
Let us know if you do. Anyway, how do you grow the perishing things? Back at the pub, the official demonstration.
A lot of people just pick the seed up and not looking. There's a right and wrong way of putting them in. If you put it in the wrong way, or upside down in the soil like that, you will get a pumpkin that comes up like this. And that is the wrong way. So my advice, a lot of the older people will tell you different, but always put them in like that, and then you'll get them come up that way. This is it, tender loving care, like bringing up a child.
One of my customers told me to feed it on beer slops, so all my slops every night I kept throwing on the pumpkin. So obviously this pumpkin didn't like beer.
It's deadly serious.
Yeah. There was one along by Jim. He had his pumpkin, they just sliced it through with a knife. You see, and unless you're actually watching it all the time, you don't realise this has happened.
Really? And all for a vegetable which has limited value when it's small and none whatever when it's big. There could be some fun and games before weighing-in day. So if you're looking for pumpkins in October, I know just the place.
Like some strange, mysterious foreign object, growing stealthily, silently, almost in a sinister way, gathering its strength through the tentacles it spreads. The pumpkin. And for this competition, the biggest is the best.
Jim, how long have you been growing pumpkins?
Well, when they first started must be about 20 years now.
Is this the biggest you've grown?
Nigh on.
Is it?
I think I'll have one a little bit bigger than this, yeah.
How do you get them this size?
A lot of patience and water.
A lot of water?
Yes, yeah, this will take between 15 and 20 gallons a day.
But not all the pumpkins grow on and make the grade as planned. It's not very big, is it?
No, I'm afraid it isn't. It hasn't been fed this time at all, because my husband's been ill and I couldn't get over to do anything.
Normally you'd feed it?
Oh yes, they're fed, yes, and they're, you know, plenty of manure and stuff underneath, but this time they were just put in and left.
And sometimes there's dirty work afoot in the pumpkin patch.
It doesn't look very well.
No, I'm very disappointed with it. I come down one morning to feed it, and when I got here, I found a piece had been swiped out of it, and 2 nice stab wounds in it. I was in a bit of a temper then, so I went back up home. I told the wife, and so I'm going to get the police to him, you know.
So you won't win?
I doubt it. I doubt it, unless they pass that. If they let the damaged pumpkin go through, it may come in second or something like that.
I guess if pumpkins could cry...
He would have been crying. He'd been screaming.
Sometimes you can plant the seed, nurture the plant, and the unexpected occurs.
That's not a pumpkin, is it?
No, it's a marrow.
So what happened?
Well, it was some seed. We had there's quite a few people who had these seeds. You see, this chap was issuing them round, and we thought they were pumpkins, you know. And you know they're difficult to tell apart, the seed. And anyway, there's the result.
Are you embarrassed?
No, not really.
Are you not?
No, because I've got the proper pumpkins over further.
But this is a marrow.
I know it is. Yeah. Yeah. Still, I'm not the only fool.
The villagers of Bampton have been proudly growing pumpkins for their annual competition for 20 years. The quiet of village life is interrupted just once a year. The whole place is really seething with excitement, but the enthusiasm is all well contained behind garden walls. It's time now for the pumpkins to be transported to the competition, and some travel in rather grand style. All roads lead to Bampton's village hall.
Just a minute. How did you grow them as big as that?
Well, put them on a dung heap, put it every morning, every night with water and just liquid feed, and just hope for the best.
Some pumpkins are so big, it's a two-man job to carry them into the hall. There's muscle needed, as well as pumpkin growing expertise. They're coming in from all directions now. This one's been well fed. And the pumpkin's been taken care of as well. If you can't carry them in, you can wheel them in. Here's a two-wheel delivery service right to the door. A couple of beauties here, obviously grown with tender, loving care and carried proudly. There's secrecy while the pumpkins are growing in the garden, but it's all out in the open once they're plucked. On the way to the village hall, they're displayed with pride, openly for everyone to see. The pumpkin seed was planted 6 months ago, and a lot of work and careful attention has been lavished on them to get them to this size. It's said that many of the pumpkin growers use secret methods to increase the size and weight of their competition entries. Now the time has come to compare one with another at the weigh-in.
And 1/4.
43 and 1/4 pounds for pumpkin number 293.
Excuse me, you're obviously an expert on pumpkins. I grow pumpkins, but mine isn't as big as these, and I wonder if you could tell me what went wrong.
Oh boy. Well, look at this, dear me. Well, I think what you should have done, perhaps give them a couple of pints of beer a day. You'd have some better results.
Well, I'm out of the running, but the prize trophies glitter awaiting the winners. All the hard work over the last 6 months has proven worthwhile to a handful of dedicated pumpkin growers. And after the prizes are awarded, everything is auctioned off in aid of the Old Folks Christmas Fund.
16 I've got, 17 over there, 17, 18 is it, sir? 18, 20. 20 pounds, 20 and the bidding's on the right. Any advance on 20? Thank you.
The only problem now is, once you've bought the biggest pumpkin, getting the darn thing home.
Way! And when you get them home, what do you do with them? You can eat pumpkin stew and pumpkin puree, and the Americans, of course, like pumpkin pie, don't they? But it's not exactly a gourmet's delight. And if that little girl thought they were heavy, well, let me just tell you, the biggest pumpkin ever grown certainly wasn't this one. It was in New York, naturally, a couple of years ago, and do you know what it weighed? 671 pounds. makes that look like a pea, doesn't it? That's 48 stone, you know, and let's face it, you need a pretty big allotment for those, don't you? Anyway, enough of the dear old pumpkin.